Oh, all right, we're over in the park. Lovely autumn colours everywhere, and we're getting ready. We're just going to put some gravel down where the path is particularly muddy. We're going to see if we can fill it with a bit of gravel, try and keep the mud down a bit. Look at all these beautiful colours we've got here, all the autumn leaves coming down. It's a real picture. Right, here we are at the inlet goit, as we call it. So this is the inlet to the dam. It feeds the dam, and I'm just going to check by way of passing that we've got good flow through the goit into the dam. Let's have a look. Yeah, great flow. So there's great flow there down the goit. It's not blocked at all at this end. This is great because this goit goes all the way down underground and feeds the dam. And we need a lot of water, especially this time of year, because it washes all the leaves through. And if there's not a good flow of water, then the leaves just sort of settle at the other, especially at the other end, and on the waterfall, they just sit there. Whereas you get a good flow of water, it tends to wash the whole lot down. Lovely flow in the brook at the moment, the Porter Brook. It's all looking so nice with all the leaves coming down. And of course it's been a total drought this year, so it's good to actually see some flow of water. Ooh. Yeah, not bad. We've got a big log, a big branch to get out. I don't know if you can see it, it's just sticking out the water there. Cameras don't pick up that sort of stuff well. Just there, that's the top of the big log. So we'll get that out at some point, but not our job today. Our job today is filling holes in, well, replacing mud with gravel, hopefully. Yeah, nearly there. Right, here we are. Whew. Our muddy spots. Ah, dear. Right, we've got gravel and we've got a very, very muddy patch just here. So I'm going to try get the gravel, and so get rid of the mud. So I'm going to skim off the worst of the mud first. Otherwise we'll end up with a big, there'll be a big hump in the middle of the path, which we don't want. We've got something that's a bit solid underneath, so that's good. So I think it is just a dip in the path, which is good. And then that dip is just filled up, you know, with water. And the water has brought all the soil with it. So the dip has turned into a big muddy patch. So that's good because it's solid underneath. So we just need to raise the level, get rid of the dip, and hopefully we won't have a muddy patch anymore. So we got rid of most of the topsoil, the soil that was washed down into this depression. And then we're going to start putting the gravel down to fill the depression up. and hopefully not have a big muddy bit. I forgot my knife. Let the spade make short work of it. Good stuff. Take my band off. It's getting a little warm with that digging. It's amazing how quickly you warm up. A bit of physical work. Whew. Right, where were we? Oh yeah. So I think maybe just another half a, well actually maybe a whole one, because it's still slightly dipped. You know, the level of the top of the gravel is actually still lower than the rest of the path, so we'll put another one in. Hi there. Hi. That's very good. That's very good. I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Yeah, I'm very pleased. Good. So, I'm pleased. That's the main one sorted, which I've been meaning to do for an awful long time. Very pleased. Right, let's have a look at the smaller one. I've got one bag of gravel left, so that's perfect, because this one hopefully won't take anything like the gravel of the other one. Again, we'll get rid of the soil that's been like washed down into the depression, because the advantages with these is it's solid underneath. It's a few years ago the council got some money from somewhere, who knows where, and they re-gravelled all this path all the way along, but and that's why it's solid underneath, because it's gravel, but of course it's not flat, and that's why there's a couple of these depressions, and that's what's caused all the mud. But the good news is it's solid underneath, which is brilliant. If it was just soil, I don't know what would happen. The advantage is, if it was soft, the advantage is that bigger items stay on the surface. Strange. You think that the bigger items would go further down. No, but it's the I think I'm right in saying I've got that round the right way. Whew. Right, just spread this out. Hello there, deputy dog. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hello. All right. Okay. Hi there. course what's happening now is everyone's walking round. They're looking at the piles of gravel, and quite naturally, instead of walking over them, they're walking round them where I've gravel to pass. But you know, when the gravel turns dark, and you know, then I think you know, it'll be fine. Obviously it's all brand new and everyone's looking at it and thinking, what's that? Keep away from that. So ironically everyone's walking round the gravel bits which they can now walk over. But as I say, when it gets a bit muddy, well, a bit dirty, the gravel, then I'm sure that people will walk on it. Right, oh, where are we? Let's come back up here. Yeah, we're going to go and have a quick look now at the waterfall. Just I've been clearing leaves. You can see all the leaves I've cleared. You can see that I haven't cleared here. Let's go and just have a look at the waterfall, because I know it's fairly it's quite full at the moment, so it looks nice. So this is the top waterfall, which does Nether Spur Gear Wheel Dam. Nether Spur Gear Wheel Dam. What a great name. So here's the waterfall. Oh, isn't that good? Yeah, it's nice that it's in full flow, because I cleared it out earlier this morning, so it's not blocked. So that's the outlet for the dam. There's the dam is all the way up there, which used to have a, down the bottom here there used to be there'd be a water wheel and a little what's the word, a little building. So there'd be a powered wheel there at one point that would a water wheel, and so that they could grind the knives and forks. You grind the knives and forks because they're stamped out and they just come out as like a blank. They look very nondescript, and then you polish them, grind them, get the knives nice and sharp, and get all the prongs of the fork all nice and sharp, and the handles. So what looks like comes out as like a blank, just a sort of fairly nondescript piece of metal. They grind them and grind them on these water powered wheels. Back-breaking, terrible back-breaking work they do for all day. We'll go up. There is one water wheel left further up the valley, which Friends of the Porter Valley have been involved in restoring, and it's all fully restored and working, so you can actually see what it looked like. All the mills, water wheels, whatever, in Endcliffe Park, they've all gone. They've all been demolished years ago, and just the actual dam, the actual ponds that they built to power the water wheels are left. So all the actual, I'm trying to think of the word, but the powerhouse, I don't know, the grinding house, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, they're all gone. But there's one left further up the valley in the next park up. Oh, it's a great view, isn't it? Look at that. Oh yeah, it's fabulous. I don't know what's coming out like on the camera, but it's a beautiful, it's just going dark now because clocks have gone back, and it's amazing how early it gets dark now. Anyway, let's head back, and later on one day we'll go up to the wheel, is it Shepherd's Wheel? The Shepherd Wheel, and we'll have a look, because of course this is a man-made kind of park, really. Well, it's a park. It's not wild countryside, so that's why we keep all the paths clear and everything. But B, it was made in the first place. I think there was something like 17 water wheels up this valley in the 18th century, before steam power came, and that's what created this valley, the landscape of this valley. And then back in the late 19th century, the park was gifted to the council, to the people of Sheffield, as a park in perpetuity, and so it is now and always will be a park. The landowners or whatever at the time, they all got together and agreed to donate the park. But it is a park, I think that's what people forget sometimes. In other words, it needs constant maintenance. It's not wild, it's not like out in the Peak District. Mind you, even in the Peak District the land is managed with dry stone walls, etc. But it is a park. We need to keep the paths clear, and we need to try and keep the water flowing in the brook. We've got bins to empty, rubbish to collect. We've got seats for people, you know, benches and so on and so on. You know, cafes, you know. So it's a, and of course Mother Nature. I don't know how many thousands of trees there are in this park, an awful lot. And Mother Nature doesn't stop, so maintenance, just keeping things vaguely accessible and so on. It's a full-time job really, just hacking back the ivy. You know, it's like this, you know, you just get a huge bank of ivy that just takes over, and holly and then ivy underneath. You get these huge banks, and then they just take over everything. The park's not doing too badly considering the rain we've had the last few days. I mean, this is the back path. The main path, which is tarmac, is over on the other side, on the other side of the brook. This is the back path. So it's always been a bit muddier, and you know, it's the back route rather than the main route. The main route over there, it's all tarmacked, so it's a lot easier access. So it's nice to have this slightly wild, this path, but you know, not too wild, so that people can still access it in wheelchairs and prams and old people and so on. Old people like myself. But I'm getting older every day. Well, I am, I suppose, of course. So I'm starting to look at these motorised scooter things with a bit of envy. People sitting down and being zoomed along with little effort. They're increasingly appealing to me. Right, anyway, we're getting ready to head out of the park now. It looks like school kids are out. It's already, as I say, it's already gathering gloom. Right. And a little job done. It's a job I've been meaning to do for an awful long time, but I just needed to get down and actually buy some gravel. So I finally got around to it today, bought the gravel and then come and done the job, so I'm pleased. It's been one of those, I must do that, those muddy patches, I don't know, for many months now, because of course maintenance on its own just takes up most of my time. Just keeping the Porterbrook clear and the paths clear and so on, chopping back the brambles and chopping back the holly.